Hi, y'all. So this morning when I woke up, I saw that Jay Wilson had done a video. It was very inspiring to me, and I wrote in the comments, how inspired I was by what he did. Y'all notice I did my hair. I did it last night. It's shaved on the side, so it doesn't take me that long to braid my hair. So I'm going to try this out, see how it works. See if I like it. I used to have hair in like this before, but it was a little longer. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Jay was talking about different ways of being on YouTube, and I really appreciated what he was saying. And he talked about some other stuff about the various streams of income that he has. So I was like, that's really useful, So one of the things that I say a lot on this channel, because it's about learning and evaluation, is that everywhere if you're not, I say that learning and teaching are the same thing. Okay. And a lot of what I do is, helping to design processes and programs where people can learn, which means if I'm doing that, what that means is that I'm learning too, because learning and teaching are the same, right? So I find myself here on YouTube and the stuff that I'm doing right now, just learning a lot of different things. And I created my portfolio to help to share that as I'm learning it. I want to just share what I'm hearing and seeing and what I'm doing. So taking a page from what Jay Wilson did this morning, I want to talk about some of the things that I'm doing to bootstrap finance my business. So Ypifany is my business that I've had, I don't know, for a couple of years now, but really starting to get it off the ground, because what I'm noticing is that I hate working for people. I really do, because I don't have the freedom that I need and that I want to do the things that, that I want to do in the way that I want to do them. And it's very frustrating. I hate it. I'm using the word hate here. I hate that I'm working somewhere where I cannot do what I really love to do and contribute, in the ways that I know to contribute. I don't like it at all. So starting my business is the next step for me to do that. So some bootstrap financing type things that I'm doing, and that I'm also going to incorporate into the marketing of the entrepreneur course that my partner and I are doing. One thing I do is with hire car. Okay, so I have two cars. With my little car, it's a Hyundai. What is it? Oh, I have a Hyundai. No, the silver one. It's Elantra. It's a Hyundai Elantra. That's what it is. I bought that for this reason, so that it's kind of like Airbnb, right? So I bought this car so other people can drive it, but they have to drive for Lyft or Uber. So if you want to drive for Lyft or Uber and you don't have a car, you go to hire car, right? So you can buy or rent my car so that you can drive for Lyft or Uber. Now, the person that has it now, he's had it for almost 3 months, or about 3 months now, which is great for me and it's great for him. You can charge what you want, depending on the kind of car it is. If you have more of a luxury car, you can charge more per week. For my little Hyundai Elantra, 4 doors, it's, it's not very big, just a regular car. Right now, I charge like $47 a week. So every 2 weeks, I get like $250, something like that, somewhere around there. So I'm sorry, $47 a day, not a week. Sorry. Yeah. But when I get it back, I'm going to go up some, because they've changed their insurance, and now hire car is taking a little bit more than what they give me. But yeah, so that's one thing I do. Okay, it's hire car. So if you have an extra car, if you have another car, sitting around, nobody's driving it a lot, just go on to hire car. It's very easy. You just have to have proof of insurance and, all that other stuff. It can't be a lemon. It has to run really well. But, just good enough for people to use it to drive for Uber or Lyft. Okay. Another thing I do, or that I have done, is I've written 3 books. One of my books, babe, can you hand me that book? Is my other one over there? Okay. So I probably talked about this one, Firing God. This is one of my books. My other one is called Tales from Eternity. And my other one is called Longing to Learn. Now, Firing God, I went through a publisher. So when I was going on publishing websites, I would see all the stuff they were asking for. I ain't got time for that. I'm not doing all these long ass manuscripts and all that stuff, right? So what happened, the way that I got this publishing deal was I was on Facebook. I was in a group that was talking about non-duality, which is what a lot of what my book is about. So, we would just be talking, just chopping it up about non-duality. I'd comment on something. I had a blog at the time. Anytime I blogged, I would post it in the Facebook group. People would comment, so we were just doing that. So this one guy, he was like, Cheryl, you should write a book about this. And he was like, I know somebody, and the person he was talking about, he said, I know somebody with a publishing company. And that the person he knew was actually in the Facebook group. She had commented on some of my stuff before. So I was like, okay. So I got in touch with her on Facebook Messenger. And I said, I would like to write a book. I know you've been commenting on my things. This is some of the stuff I have. And she was like, okay, tell me what you want to write. Just email me some of your ideas. I said, okay. So I said, really what I want to do is take my blog posts and put them into a book. Because at that time, I had a lot of blog posts at that time. She was like, okay, so just put them all together in a PDF and send them to me. So I did that. She looked at it with her husband. And, they were like, okay, so what if we do this thing, right? So they didn't want the blog posts. That was actually my second book. Tales from Eternity is all those blog posts together. But this first book, she was like, just tell us your story of how you got to be there. And that was Firing God. And that's how I got that publishing contract. They sent me a contract and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. These are your responsibilities. And, and that was it, which was wonderful. Because if it wasn't that easy, I would not have done it. Because I can't be doing all that stuff that publishers want you to do with these various letters and stuff like that. So I lucked out on that one. So that's how I got my first book published. My second book and my third book, I published myself. The only thing I did is I hired a proofreader and editor. What was it called? It was Archangel Inc. is what it's called. Really amazing people to work with. They did phenomenal book covers. Where the hell is my other book, baby? Longing to Learn isn't down here anywhere. I know. I'm going to show y'all another thing, but they edited it really nice. They made an amazing cover, but I went on to Amazon myself and I did all the work to publish it through the create space that Amazon has. So, but they give you everything. So it's just a matter of plugging it in where it needs to go. Plus, if you don't want to go to, because I had to pay a little bit for that, more, I don't know, like $1,000 or something for that work, but it was worth it for me. I felt like it was worth it. But you don't have to do that. Okay. If you want to have a book cover made or, people to proofread and edit, go to Fiverr. People on Fiverr will do it for much less. And then a lot of them will do a good job. Just look at the reviews and stuff like that. I've had stuff done on Fiverr that was really good that I use for other things. Okay. So my books, those are my second stream. Now I need to do more to market my books because my publisher, the one for Firing God, is useless. And so I can't wait till I get out of that contract. But my other two, I really need to do more to market those things. And one thing that I'm adding in the entrepreneur course is something called, what is it called, Boo? Real-time marketing, right? So as I'm adding this to the course, I'm learning about it so that I can use it too for the stuff I have going on. All right. I have blogged. I have my own blog on CherylAbram.com. And I have actually contracted to blog for some people. There's this one. Now I blog like spiritual type things, things related to that. I don't forget the name of these people, but they'll pay. Some people will pay you to blog and for them to put it on their in their magazines or on their online on their website. I haven't gotten too much money from that because I don't do it a whole lot. But that is an option. I've seen that is an option. So I also do mentoring. I do what I call precision mentoring. And I call it precision mentoring, just like precision medicine, because it's very, very specific. It's not, I don't want to you're not just sitting in front of me and I'm mentoring you. It's about, I want to know who's sitting in front of me. Okay. So am I speaking to and mentoring Cheryl, the mother? Am I talking to the sister? Am I talking to the employee? Right now, if I were to have mentoring, I would need somebody to mentor me regarding my employment, right? I would need that kind of, okay, because we all come with various roles, right? So in precision mentoring, I want to know which role is in the forefront, which role is really, really looking for this mentoring help and assistance, and we go from there. So I've made some money doing that, doing mentoring, and YouTube. So I'm not monetized yet on YouTube, but it's really something that I intend to do very soon, as soon as I get enough people. And I just added my information on Yelp as well, because I did, it's called, I think it's freespeakers.org, something like that. You can go on there, and if you speak, like if you're somebody who likes speaking in public, if you do keynotes, if you feel like you have something to say, you can actually go on there, add your picture and your information, talk about various topics you can talk about. People will go there and, say, can you come to my conference or my training event or my meetup group or whatever it is and speak. You'd be doing it for free, but you would also be getting your name out there. So I've just done that. Someone contacted me from this Honey Badgers group. It's a group of individuals who are in CRM, customer relationship management, throughout the United States. Okay, so they had a virtual conference, I think it was last week, and they contacted me a month ago to know if I would be willing to go in and speak at the conference about what I do. So I do learning and evaluation, right? So these were a bunch of trainers. They're trainers and they're evaluators for their companies. So I went in and I gave a keynote on real pedagogy, and what it takes for us to create really good training and learning experiences for people and how to evaluate those things. So, I did that. She just emailed me the other day because apparently they're sending me something like a thank you gift or something like that. And she asked where she can place, a write-up or some feedback on what I did, right? So that's another way for me to get my name out there, to increase my social presence regarding the things that I do. So those are just some of the things that I'm doing right now. You can come. You going to the laundry room? Go ahead. You good. So those are just some of the things that I do right now to help with bootstrap financing, because I have a low wealth company, which means I didn't have to go to the bank and get all kinds of business loans and stuff, to run this. I do have materials that I use. I have computers that I had to purchase. I got a very small business credit card from Capital One for that. And, but I don't have any business loans or anything, at least not yet. Okay. And me and my partner were just beginning to get business and paid contracts. We've been on a couple that didn't really go anywhere, but that's all right, because, we're building things up. We continue bootstrap financing to put money in our pockets while we're trying to, to build up this business to what we really want it to be and what it really can and needs to be. All right. Okay, that's all I wanted to talk about right now. I'm going to be back later to talk about some other stuff, but bootstrap financing, real-time marketing. I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that I'm doing to do that. And all of this is coming from what I've been learning. Okay. And putting into practice what you've learned. Lessons learned means you did something and you learned a lesson. Okay. If somebody's just telling you something and it sounds like a good idea, but you didn't do anything with it, that's a lesson identified. That is not a lesson learned. Okay. It's only a lesson learned if you did something and you learned something from what you did. Okay. And that's what this is. Lessons learned. You know, a lot of my videos are that. They're lessons learned. So, okay, that's all I'm going to talk about now. And I'll see you all later.